our kids. They have worked so hard. The whole team was on the board. Why not us? That we all have worked so hard. They have represented this great university so well that somebody's going to win this tournament. Somebody's going to win this game. And they've done a great job since February 4th when we lost to Ohio State of saying our back is to the wall. We can't afford any more losses if we want to be in the NCAA tournament. Now you can't afford any more losses if you want to win the whole thing. So that's the attitude. We're going to keep going with it and try to do everything we can not to ever let this run stop.
Guys, I know you're talking a lot about a player-led team being better than a coach-led team. At what point have you seen that turn for your guys that they became that?
It's not just Derek right now. The communication and messaging amongst them they're competing with me right now, and even in timeouts, it's not a bad issue, but it is an issue when the coach talks. They're not like fussing with each other. They're talking about basketball, about what they could do. They're all just really embracing how their decisions, their angles, their cuts, their defense can change games.
What does it say about your team that Derek can have offensively the kind of game that he had today, and they still spark the same?
Well, it says a lot about Louisville that they got great length and they had a great game plan to be able to get in Derek's way. But when they're taking that away and they extend the court, it makes a big court for us. So they're not doubling down off of Mo. Right, DJ was able to get to the rim. It allows us to exploit some other areas. That whole first half is just, Rick and I have coached against each other several times, and you're just like examining what you are doing, and you try to make adjustments in the 4-minute times. We just had to hang in there because I knew they were they were switching. I didn't know they were going to do it, but started switching screens and taking Derek away by putting even a quicker and longer 7-footer, 6'10". He's got to shoot over or get under. Kids made really good adjustments.
The guys in the locker room were talking about they've never seen you have this much fun, or they can't recall seeing you have this much fun.
I think if they were with me in 13, they would have seen us have this much fun. I think what it is the growth of this team has made it a lot of fun. The growth of this team is just that's why I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher and a coach because you want to see kids grow. And it said I had these tremendous mentors in my life, tremendous, and that's all I wanted was the keys to the gym. That's all I wanted, and to teach social studies. And so when you get to these opportunities where you can teach and watch these guys grow, these guys will never be the same with what they've learned from what they've interacted with each other, the University of Michigan, the staff, the administration. It's an incredible experience for them, and that's what you want to give back to people.
Whose idea was the Super Soaker?
The stats just didn't make sense. Rebounding this time, you're not hitting the threes. Again, how are you?
Well, it's a game of possessions. It's a game of possession. Everybody gets hung up on the stats. We've been getting out rebounded for years and years and years. But you say that had six more offensive rebounds than us. We had 6 less turnovers. So it's possessions. So you just stats sometimes. The analytics, I really study them. But I want to be on top of what is changing. But it is it's really important that you understand there's a lot of ways to win a game. Not just three-point shooting, not just driving the ball or throwing it in the paint. They had a great plan, man. We couldn't stop inside. DJ switched again and did a good job on that. Super Soaker was, I think it was Kathleen's idea. I think about it all, and she had it under surveillance. It was a little bit of a clandestine operation where she had it, and then she snuck it to Bob Bland, and then I was armed and ready to go, and I went into this game with a lot of confidence. I was going to be using it at the end of the game. I didn't. At the end of the first half, I wasn't so sure the Super Soaker was ever going to be known I had it. But we withstood everything they had and won the game. That was the whole idea. As you get into these things and you get in the NCAA tournament, you're watching. Those are your friends. Guys like Jay Wright that won last year. Those are guys we started coaching in the Big East together, and they're winning national championships. You say, "Well, you can do that. We can do that." Rick and I started coaching at the same time. John Calipari just said, "They're winning. Why not? Why not us?" These guys played against all these guys in these multitude of AAU events. They know them. Somebody's going to win this game. Wisconsin winning yesterday. I think that was a great thing for us. The Big Ten had a young league. It was developing. Our kid, DJ Wilson, Maurice Wagner, nobody had heard of them. But teams get better and they develop, and that's what the Big Ten does so well. And now we got 3 of them in and maybe a 4th.
John, for all the exuberance that Mo shows, what about the maturity in the second half when he had to step in, but he kept making the right decisions to go to the basket?
His emotional stability is growing every day. And it's only because he loves the game so much that it gets a little out of whack. He cares so much about winning that he just will get himself into it, worked up, and make some decisions he regrets. Whether it's turning the ball over, taking a bad shot, not focusing on defense is still an issue. So right now, I see this learning curve with him because he hates to lose. We challenged him. I said, defensively, we need you on offense, but you're not going to play if you're not continue to grow as a defender. And you can't do it when you're carrying. He got a suitcase. He's carrying a suitcase down the court because he's still thinking about the play on offense. Better got a defense. You can't play with a suitcase again.
I'm happy for they're playing the free seniors.
Oh, it's great. Everything right now, but it's not gravy. We're going to do everything we can to win this whole thing, right? I'm no spring chicken in this thing, right? You get bad calls, you get injuries, you get things. That you get to Sweet 16, you're only 4 games away from winning the whole thing. And we talked when we went to the Big Ten. We're 4 games away from winning the Big Ten championship. Well, that's fine. Now we're 4 games away from the national championship. We have to have that belief in ourselves that we can play with a lot of people. And I don't even know who's next, but I know we're going to go into this thing not content with what we've done. We want more to do.
Coach, you and Billy and Sadie have really been really connected, especially over this tournament run. I mean, like, what's been kind of the vibe of the coaching staff over this run, and how have you guys really come together?
I think Jeff Meyer's a huge part of this too. If you know what Jeff and I do offensively to get ready for a team, he does this massive play sheet. I do this massive play sheet, and then we try to merge them. And he's a big part of it. But Billy's defense right now, we were in the hotel all night trying to figure out what we were going to do because I love some of the action Rick is running. And we were stymied what we were going to do, and then that's when the big cheese got to make a call, and some of it worked, some of it didn't work. But I think we're connected because we're talking more basketball. We got great attitudes. No one's fussing because that was my scouting report. He didn't listen to us. They're all really together. And here's what they've done a great job: is connecting with the players, getting the players to really believe. If you don't have relationships with players, you're not going to win games. They've really established that with these kids.
John, at halftime.
He is a tremendous basketball coach. And I just said on the TV, this is about the University of Michigan. This isn't about beating Rick Pitino, who's a tremendous coach. This is about the University of Michigan trying to do everything the right way, representing that great university that we have, the greatest in the world. And we have so many fantastic alums, letting them continue to celebrate, right, what our athletic programs bring across the board. We had great athletic programs everywhere, and men's basketball is one of them.
John, given how the first half ended in that final minute, what did you see from them walking into the halftime locker room?
I thought at that time, with the longer timeout, that gives them a little bit more time to visit, and we want them to visit about some things that are going on while the coaches talk. But it was similar type of things that we had in the year when we would get down, like the Oklahoma State game. They sort of bond quickly together. They don't like. They have short memories when things would come to go wrong. So we had to understand how they were playing us before we could attack in the second half. And then they're high IQ kids. They adapted.
What were your talking points?
At halftime, it was all about how they were guarding us defensively. That was big. And then what they were doing offensively, the angles we had to play, the matchup, that we had, and then how we had to shade a little bit in different areas. So it was some scheme things, but it was more just, all right, this is hit singles. Do not come out of here trying to win it in the first 4 minutes. Let's just win the first 4 minutes, win it by 2 points. Win everyone by 2 points and we win the game.
So what you were saying is that you weren't necessarily wanting them to go for threes, be open to anything.
No. We don't do that. I mean, people see you give us a three, we're going to shoot it. We got 5 shooters. We're going to try to be versatile and take what people give us. And they were really pressed up on us. So we posted up more and we took the ball to the basket. And the kids really believed and practiced hard to be in that position.
For Derek to keep shooting.
Yeah, it's really special, isn't it? I mean, he is really, this young man, if he, even last year, this September, if he drove the ball and he had contact, it turned into a turnaround jump shot. 15 feet, 18 feet, 22 feet. He just had to learn to go through contact at his height and get 2 feet in the paint. And it's not easy when you have these habits that you've been doing for 18, 19 years, and now you got to change those habits. He is one of the most coachable kids we have had, and he has really responded to both. He works with both Sadi and Billy and Jeff, all three of them on his individual improvement. The sky's the limit right now for him. He's really doing some great things.
Did you dial up Derek for those late plays, or was that?
I
him
wanted
calling
to
himself?
spread the floor, and I wanted the last two plays, spread the floor the way they were playing us, and we got Mo in space. Just get Derek or Mo in space and let the other guys get out of there. I didn't want to run intricate action. If they were going to switch, and we would have been back to the beginning. Let's just open it up, kill the clock, and then attack them with 11 seconds.
Coach, to keep, get those buckets after it being 1 for 11 at that
Yeah.
point.
I mean, huge. But his 1 for 11 right there. He was shooting some long shots against some really talented long guys, and I don't think you'll ever see that length at all the positions again this year. There may be, but he did well. He did fine.